Alright, so the topic I'm repeating is that the internet promotes a lack of productivity. The advocate makes a fallacy of, commits a fallacy of appeals to authority, as she only lists her personal experiences as evidence. Her claims are that Facebook, YouTube, Hulu, Twitter, and smartphones contribute to this lack of productivity. My claims are that my claims that I hold mutually exclusive are as follows: social networking websites, entertainment websites, and smartphones are only a fraction of the internet websites. Facebook allows for the advertising sector to become more productive. YouTube has videos which increases one's knowledge of the videos pertaining subject field, allowing for the user to become productive with their work. That there is no significant reason to believe that Hulu is any more distracting than the TV that it's replacing. Twitter allows for companies to better their public relation channels, and smartphones better connect their users to the world so that they can more efficiently manage their time in the workplace. My first point is that social networking websites, entertainment websites, and smartphones are only fractions of the internet uses. The advocate uses examples of social networking websites, entertainment websites, and smartphones. What the advocate failed to mention is that the internet also contains software development communities, wikis, polymath projects, and other productivity sites. All the aforementioned sites contain collaborative efforts by professionals and amateurs to better their given area of work. Even if one was to disregard the massive amount of productivity seen in those communities, social networking also promotes productivity. Scientists from Australia's University of Melbourne conducted a study which found a correlation between people surfing the internet for fun and productivity. The study reported that people who limit their surfing to the internet for fun to about 20% of their work time gain a 9% increase in productivity compared to those who don't surf the web for fun. This activity helps keep the mind fresh and helps to put you in a better place when you come back to working on the topic. This contradicts my opponent's claim that she says that productivity is lacking when using the internet. My second point is that Facebook allows for the advertising sector of a business to become more effective. According to Claire Sheep, the author of the Facebook Era, you need to be where your customers are at. Simply put, with a member base of 300 million, businesses would be able to easily create a web presence with Facebook. Businesses like Starbucks, Ticketmaster, and Amazon have used Facebook to get more customers in the door, build brand awareness, and create revenue for customer support. My third point is that YouTube has videos which can be accessed readily to extract information from. There are how-to videos which can illustrate how to get a particular task done, increasing the possibility to gain with what needs to get done. Also, videos on the website illustrate a different understanding from the medium of video. So when an online journalist needs a close first-person perspective of a situation, that they can refer to this website, as many do on news websites, where they'll link the YouTube link within their site. My fourth point is that Hulu is not significant in the amount of distraction from productivity because it merely is a replacement for TV, as it shares the same content that the TV has, but just moved to a different medium. The movement in mediums is mostly to adjust business models to to allow for convergence onto the digital medium of computers. As it's nothing new, it poses no threat to productivity that could be already observable. And even if it doesn't work as a convergence medium, as illustrated up above, if playtime is limited to 20% increases productivity. My fifth point is that Twitter allows for companies to be more productive in their public relations. Companies like Gartner, a technology research and advisory company use Twitter to better their public relations, which helps get their product or services out. They tweet about corporate accomplishments, distributing links to press or promotional websites, and respond to other comments about the brand. This then betters the public relations, as the public will understand the company's goods or services. My sixth point is that smartphones better connect their users to the outside world. While a user of a smartphone is mobile, the user can receive emails updating them about school, work, and other such things they would otherwise know about without the phone. They are better able to allocate their time in a more efficient manner, which allows for productivity to occur. This is why a significant number of Fortune 500 companies have BlackBerry and Microsoft Outlook servers. They have better knowledge of what's happening. This also leads to them having better knowledge of what's happening in the workplace so that a plan can be defined beforehand.
Okay, the claims laid out clearly. The secondary issues got a little confusing because it's primarily just the social networking systems or the specific sites that you're going to be talking about on productivity. There's a general challenge on the productivity issue that's okay. And then you just start rushing through all of these points, and I think it's a little problematic in the delivery. You do way too much reading. You need to talk to us a little bit more. You need to do some contrasting of the arguments. On the points themselves, I think that you do an okay job coming up with some good information on a couple of the points. For instance, that Australian study that you make reference to, I think that's pretty effective. The Facebook quote that you have there is pretty good. The YouTube thing is mostly hypothetical. The Hulu thing, the same kind of thing. On Twitter, there's a general claim about that. I thought on the last point that you've got some good information here, but once again, you need to set up a little bit more contrast between your position and what the advocate actually cited. Was there any information that they showed about a lack of productivity because of some of these sites? And then you've got this information about how Fortune 500 companies actually utilize these particular servers for the purpose of making productivity greater because of the BlackBerries or the Microsoft programs. And I think that that's a good point. And your argument would be stronger if you could just slow down and just kind of contrast it to the position. Look, the advocate said this, but they offered no evidence on this particular point. They've got a hypothetical example that they're talking about. You know, they've got some personal references here, but Fortune 500 companies don't feel the same way about this. They've made this particular effort. You know, which position do you think seems to make the most sense? And just talk to the audience a little bit instead of kind of just rushing through those points, because I think you'd get a lot more credibility and strength in your argument if you did that. All right, thank you.